Hi, my name is Emily. If you are new here, if you are returning, then welcome back. Today is episode 3 of of Yoga for Climbers. We're going to be focusing on mobility and strength building for the legs. So it's a lot of movements that you might find useful for climbing. Maybe not the exact same type of movements because we're on the floor and climbing doesn't happen on the floor. But hopefully this sequence will help you out when you are climbing. And if you're not a climber, then that's also fine. You are more than welcome here. These exercises are just really great for building mobility and strength in the legs. So without further ado, we're going to start in tabletop. So shoulders stacked over your wrists and hips stacked right over your knees. And we're just going to start to warm up the wrists by rocking back and forth. And you can tuck your toes underneath your heels here just to get a little bit more control. And so we use the wrists a lot in climbing. And this is also a nice stretch for the forearms that tend to pump when you're climbing a lot. All right, let's stop here. We're going to turn the fingers so they point towards the outer edges of the mat and just take a little rock side to side. And then coming back through center, we're going to turn the fingers so they point towards your knees. Now this one's quite deep. You can either stay here or you can lean back, just making sure that the heels of the hands stay planted on the mat. Breathe here. Press through the heels of your hands, almost protracting in the shoulders to get that really deep stretch. And then finally, we're going to take the pressure off the hands. Bring the hands so the fingers are pointing towards each other. Fingers are spread wide, and you're going to open up the hands as wide as you can, and then exhale, squeeze your hands into fists. Now you might feel that engagement there in the forearm. Inhale to open, press the nails down into the mat, and then exhale to squeeze. One more time, inhale to open, exhale to squeeze as hard as you can, and then let's come back to tabletop. And from here, we're just going to move in cat and cow, mobilizing the spine. So on an inhale, drop your belly, pull the chest forward, gaze up. Exhale to round. Inhale to open up the heart. Exhale to round. All right, so just activating the core as we move through cat and cow. And as much as the arms and the legs are important in climbing, the core is as well. So really want to engage by squeezing the navel back towards the spine. Now let's take 3 more breaths here. Just focusing on the breath, finding that harmony between the breath and the movement, which is what yoga is all about. And then let's come back through center. We're going to kick the right leg back, bend the right knee, and we're going to circle out that right hip. So you're going to bring the right knee very close to the left knee, and then out to the sides, up as high as you can, back and down. 2 more in this direction, up, back, and down. And try to keep the rest of your body completely still. And let's switch directions. And last one here. Good, and then let's kick the right leg back, reach the left arm forward, and lift your left arm up as high as you can and your right leg up as high as you can. And at the same time, you're pressing out of your right shoulder. So you should feel the muscles along the spine activate here. 2 more breaths. And on your exhale, left hand comes back down on the mat. Let's bring the right knee to the right shoulder, lift it up as high as you can, and then step your right foot on the outside of the right hand. Now we're going to bring the hips forward as much as you can. So we're stretching out the front of the left hip. Make sure you keep engaging your left glute though, so you don't overstretch. And we're just gonna hold here. Left toes can be untucked, or you can always tuck them, whatever feels more comfortable in your left leg. Let's take 2 more breaths. And just to stretch it out a little bit more, left fingertips stay down on the mat, right arm reaches up to the sky. It's here important to keep the glutes engaged and to really reach up through the right fingertips. If you want to take this even a step deeper, you can always bend your left knee and the right hand can hold on to the outer blade of your left foot. So you should get a nice shoulder stretch here in the right side. Also a thigh stretch for the left leg. Quad stretch, sorry. And on your exhale, release, bring your right hand back down to the mat, and we're just going to come back to tabletop. All right, now the left leg, let's extend it back. Bend your left knee, 90 degrees, and then we're going to circle that left knee in one direction, big circles. And then pause and switch. On your next inhale, kick your left leg back, reach your right arm forward and lift them up as high as you can. Keep lifting out of your left shoulder so you're not slouching, and hold. See if you can feel those back muscles for 3, 2, and 1. Release the right hand down, bring your left knee towards your left shoulder, and then let's step the left foot beside the left hand. Shift the hips forward, so you're pulling the hips towards your left heel, squeezing the right glute to protect the right hip. And hold here. Now, you can even imagine that you're pulling the mat towards you with your left foot, so the toes are gripping into the mat, and you're almost pulling back, so you're activating the hamstring. And now to take it a little deeper, we're going to keep the right hand down on the mat. Left arm reaches up and holds here. Keep engaging your glutes. Twist open. Find space in your left side. And you can stay here, or to go deeper, bend your right knee. Left hand can reach for the outer blade of the right foot. And you can always bring a sock or a blanket underneath the right knee if it's uncomfortable. So just feel free to adjust or add as many props as you need. And slowly release. Left hand comes back down on the mat, and we're coming into tabletop. All right, we're going to come down to the forearms, forearm plank, building some heat. Extend your legs back, and let's hold here. And try to bring your hips in one line with your shoulders. So not the hips up, not the hips down. Try to keep them in one line, engaging the core. And let's add a little bit of a rock, forward and back. And pause here. Now we're going to protract the shoulders. So pressing the shoulders up, rounding the upper back, and then decompressing. Protract, decompress. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay in your high plank, in your forearm plank. Let's lift the right foot off the mat, and then try to tap your right knee to your right upper arm, and then extend it back. For 2, Extend. 3. 2 more. 4. And 5. Really getting that range of motion. Other side for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Lower the hips down on the mat. If your hands were clapped together, place them flat down on the floor. Squeeze the glutes, press the pubic bone down into the floor. Lift the chest, pull the heart space open, and gaze forward. And now you can stay here. If you want a deeper stretch, you can always come onto your hands, but just make sure that you're not feeling compression in the lower back. So you're super engaged in the glutes, lifting out of the lower back, lengthening the spine. And on your exhale, let's lower down, bring your hands underneath the shoulders, and let's come into child's pose. And toes are still tucked underneath your heels. And from here, we're going to press into the toes, lift the heels, downward facing dog. And you can stay still or you can walk it out. I really like to pedal out the feet, to bend and straighten the legs, to give the head a little bit of a shake. Just whatever movement feels natural. It doesn't have to look good. It doesn't have to be structured. Whatever feels good. And we're going to find stillness. Let's lift the right leg up high. Inhale. Exhale, let's bring the right knee to the right shoulder. Try to lift it up as high as you can. And hold for 3, 2, lift it up higher. 1. Inhale, back to three-legged dog. Let's do that 2 more times. Right knee, right shoulder. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Last time, right knee, right shoulder, hold, 3, 2, 1, and then step the right foot on the outside of the right hand, left foot steps on the outside of the left hand. Malasana, Yogi squat. So here the toes are pointing out, heels are pointing in. You can grab your hand, you can bring your hands together in a prayer position. Make sure you're not rounding your spine here. So you want to lift the chest, lengthen the spine, pull the shoulders back and together. And then I'm not really using my elbows to separate the knees. I'm using the muscles in the glutes. And yeah, so you could detach your elbows from your knees without the knees caving in. All right, let's hold here. Again, maybe you've done this shape on the wall where you've had to have your feet very, very close to your hands. Yeah. And let's take 3 more breaths here. And really using those glutes. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the hips 90 degrees. So keeping the connection between your elbows and your knees, let's lift 90 degrees, lengthen the crown of the head forward, send the hips back, and exhale to lower. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's bring the fingertips down on the mat. Lift your hips, turn your toes in and your heels out. And then we're just going to fold forward. So here you can grab opposite hand, opposite elbow, maybe just dangle. It's okay if the knees bent. It's better to have bent knees than a round back. So just remember that whenever you're folding forward, whenever you're folding forward, you can always bend your knees slightly. All right, let's heel toe the feet together. So just bring them back together. Once again, knees can be bent. And then we're just going to bend the knees a lot, roll up 1 vertebra at a time, coming into high mountain. Reach the arms above the head. Exhale, hands to the heart space. All right, we're going to lift the right knee into the chest. Your left hand can be on your left hip, your right hand can be on your right knee, or you can do it without the hands. We're just going to circle out that right knee again. Big circles, 3 in each direction. Good, and switch sides. Good, now coming back through center, let's lift the arms up above the head. Either this right knee stays bent, or you can straighten it out. And lift and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's step back into a lunge. So the right foot steps way back, fingertips find the floor. And here we're squeezing the right glute, stretching out the front of the right hip. Now let's take 2 more breaths here. And from here, we're going to look forward, reach your arms towards the top of the mat, and then let's lift that right leg off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, lower it down. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring your fingertips down to the mat, drop your right knee. Let's bring the hips back and straighten the left leg. So again, left leg doesn't have to be fully straight, but we're working towards that. And remember, it's always better to have a bent knee than a round back. So if your left knee is straight, but your back is doing this, maybe try to bend the knee and straighten the spine. And so really active through the left toes, pulling them back towards your face. 2 more breaths here. All right, let's rebend into the left knee. Plant the hand, step back, downward facing dog. Left foot meets the right at the back of the mat. Hips are high up in the air. And again, feel free to walk your dog out, whatever feels good here. And then we're going to do the other side. So left leg rises. Exhale, left knee to left shoulder. Hold for 3. Round your spine. 2, 1. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder. Hold. 3, 2. Lift it up higher. 1. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, last time. Left knee, left shoulder. Hold. 3, 2, 1. And then step it beside your left hand. Right foot meets the left, Malasana, Yogi squat. Toes point out, heels point in, hands at the heart space. Again, let's try to take the elbows, I lost my thought right there. Let's try to take the elbows off the knees, maybe reach the arms above the head. See if you can keep your knees in the same position. And at the same time, you're lengthening the spine, reaching the arms up towards the sky. And on your next inhale, let's straighten the legs, heel toe the feet together, and bring your hands by your sides, high mountain. Let's lift the left knee into the chest, find your balance. Maybe left hand holds on to the left knee, maybe not. Let's circle that left knee out. Big circles. And keeping the rest of your body nice and still. And then switch sides. Good. On your next inhale, let's kick that left leg forward. Reach the arms up, and you can always keep the knee bent. Let's hold here for 3, 2, and 1. Step your left foot way back. Fingertips come down to the mat, finding a lunge. And so here, remember, engage your glutes to protect your hips. Just finding a little bit of a stretch here, some length in the legs. You can even add a little bit of a bounce, whatever feels good. And then we're going to reach the arms forward. I need to be careful because I'm going to hit the staircase. Let's reach the arms forward, and then we're going to lift that left leg, straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee, step it back. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And step it back. Drop the left knee down on the mat. Bring your hips back, straighten the right leg, half splits. And again, you can always bend the right knee slightly. Just whatever you need, you adapt to the capabilities of your body today. It might be different every day. Maybe one day you're feeling super flexible, the next day super duper stiff. So try not to judge. Always thinking about lengthening the spine. And then let's re-bend into the right knee, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Think of this as a nice back body stretch. So you're engaging the abs to take weight off of your shoulders and wrists, lifting the hips nice and high, pulling the heels down. Eventually, this shape will feel really good. I know it doesn't in the beginning, but just give it some time. And on your next inhale, let's lift the right leg up high. Exhale, right knee to left shoulder. Cross. Inhale, send it back, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee, left shoulder. Inhale, three-legged dog, send it back. Exhale, left knee, left shoulder, hold. And then drop your right knee. So the right knee is very close to the left wrist. Drop your right hip. And then pivot around so you're facing the back of your mat. So the right foot is on the inner left thigh. Right, we're going to take a deep breath in, lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold over your left leg. Keep actively pushing this right knee down towards the mat. And on your next inhale, let's slowly rise up. We're going to lift the right knee and plant the right foot. Now, with or without using the hands, we're going to lift the hips off the floor. All right, so pressing into the right foot, lift the hips, and then see if you can maybe lift your left foot coming into a pistol squat. And hold. Now, you can bring your fingertips on the floor for this or not. We're going to lift onto the right toes and then lower the right heel. This is an advanced move, so you can always keep the fingertips on the floor to help assist lifting the heel, lowering it back down. Left heel can also be on the floor for this or in the air. Let's go for one more. Lift and lower. Let's sit back down, drop the right knee back down. Right hand comes behind you to the top right corner of the mat. Left hand comes down on the floor. And then let's just step back into downward facing dog. All right, the other side. The left leg rises. I'm just going to turn around. So left leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, right shoulder. Inhale, send it back. Exhale, left knee, right shoulder, twist. Last time, inhale. Exhale, left knee, right shoulder, hold. Drop your left knee down, so it's just behind the right wrist. Sit your left hip down, and then turn your body so you're facing the back of your mat. Right leg is straight, left leg is bent. Inhale to lengthen your spine, and then exhale to fold over your right leg. And so actively using the muscles in your left leg to push that left knee down towards the mat so you're still opening up the hip. You might even feel a stretch in your lower back on the left side, in your left flank. And on your next inhale, slowly rise up. Now for the hard part, let's lift the left knee. You want to bring your hips very close to your left foot, the left heel as close as possible to your left sit bone. And then let's press into the left foot, lift the hips, come into pistol squat. You can hold, you can bring your fingertips on the floor to support. Either the right heel is on the mat or it's lifted, fingertips on the mat or not. Let's lift the left heel off the mat for 3, lower it down. For 2, and 1. Woo. It's quite hard to keep the balance. Sit down, lower your left knee back down to the mat. Left hand comes behind you. Right hand comes behind you as you lift the hips. And then let's step back, downward facing dog. Good, you did well. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And we're going to sit down. So just bring the knees down on the floor, cross your shins, and come to a seat. All right, I'm just going to face you so you can see a little better. We're going to open up the legs. Toes point out, heels point in slightly. Knees are bent almost 90 degrees. Hands can come behind you. I know this looks a little weird. We're going to bring the right knee down to the mat. And then the left knee can also come down, so you're kind of twisting to the left. Come back through center, bring your left knee down. Right, so we're just shuffling the knees side to side. And let's just do that a few more times. And the next time your right knee is down, let's pause here. You can bring both of your hands to the left. Let's lift that right leg and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Right knee stays grounded. Let's lift the right foot. Okay? And hold for 5, 4, as high as you can, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back through center. Both knees are lifted, and then we're dropping the left knee down the inside of the knee. Let's bring both hands to the right. Lift your whole left leg. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down. Keep your left knee grounded. Let's lift the left foot. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's come back through center. Extend your legs out to the sides as wide as you can. Okay, we're going to keep the toes flexed, and we're going to, option 1, have the hands in front of the body, right hand crossed over to left shoulder, left hand to right shoulder. Or if you want to go super challenging, you can reach the arms above your head. I don't know about this one. We'll see. Take a deep breath in, maybe starting with the hands crossed. Engage your thighs, and then we're going to lower down as much as you can while you still feel in control. Hold, and then come back up. Okay, we're going to do that 5 times. So you choose where your arms are. Inhale here, exhale lower. For 5, inhale lift. Exhale lower for 4. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower for 3. Keep your legs engaged. Inhale, lift. 2. And 1. Hold the last one for 5. Engage those legs. 4, 3, 2, 1, release your hands down on the mat and just fold here with a little more support. Now, always in these poses, never go deeper than what you feel you're comfortable in. You never want to go past your limit. So always working around the edge of your limit, breathing there, taking your time there, never pushing the body too far. And with stretches like these, it's very important to keep the muscles engaged. So it's like, I think it's called isotropic stretch. I might be totally wrong, but if you engage the quad muscle, it lengthens the hamstring. So you want to keep lengthening the tops of your legs. Now let's take 2 more breaths. And then slowly let's rise up. We're going to pivot towards the right leg and fold over the right leg. Now maybe you've done some weird contortions like this on the wall as well, especially when you're in a little bit of a higher level. Sometimes the moves are really, really wide, really far apart, and this kind of flexibility is going to help a lot. And on your next inhale, come back through center, pivot to face your left leg, exhale to fold. And slowly come back through center. Let's use the help of the hands, bring the knees together, and we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. For butterfly pose, let's reach. Imagine you're trying to grab my hands through the lens. Reach, 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 reach. Harder each inhale, you're reaching further. Squeeze the navel in for 3, 2, and 1, and then relax here. You can keep a straight spine, or you can allow it to round if that feels comfortable, and you can even allow the chin to come into the chest. And then slowly rise up. Bring your knees together, and then we're going to come all the way down to the mat on our backs. So 1 vertebra at a time with control. And here you can bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big, tight squeeze. Opposite hand to opposite elbow or opposite wrist. Keeping the shoulders grounded. Let's lift the forehead up to the knees. Squeeze even tighter. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Squeeze as hard as you can for 5, 4. Every single muscle in your body is tense. 3, 2, 1. And exhale. Let it go. Lie down on your mat. Extend your legs out in front of you, your arms alongside your body. Let's take 1 deep inhale through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. Hold, hold. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. 1 more, just like that. Inhale. Hold. Exhale, let go. And just take a few moments here to observe your body after the practice. To cultivate self-awareness, to practice being still without any distractions, just lying here, being present. And noticing that with time you can quiet your mind on demand. You never have to attach to any of the thoughts that are passing through. underneath all the chaos, all the different disturbances, you are always still at your core. Your core is always unmoving, stable. So I hope that Savasana, as you get deeper into your yoga practice, helps you get a glimpse of just how peaceful it can be. And hopefully you can use those little tricks on the wall as well as you're climbing, quieting the mind, focusing. All right, you can stay here for as long as you need. I'm going to leave you here now. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed the class, please subscribe to my channel. It really, really helps me out. And I hope to see you here again soon, next week, as I post videos every single Wednesday. So thank you so much again. Have a wonderful day.